My name's Daniel Beck. I'm a third-year PhD student, and I'm currently studying at the Creative Research into Sound Arts Practice Research Unit at London College of Communication. So my research investigates the relationships between sound, temperature, heat, humidity, and air, and how these connections contribute to and interact with the legacies and outcomes of post-atomic events. The research establishes a framework for my practice where I explore the nuclear through oral cultures, histories, and atmospheric encounters. So my research is very much positioned within the established fields of sound art and nuclear culture studies, and the written thesis and practice outcomes engage and utilize a variety of methods that are well established within those areas of study. So a lot of my work uses sort of different kind of archival research. A lot of my work is either mixed or individual digital and site-based field work. I'm a film and video practitioner, so I've made films for many years now. My audio work kind of comes in around sort of sound recording, sound mapping, and also sound design and the documentation of those things. So the first really significant piece of work that I created was titled 37 Degrees North. And this was a web-based audio-visual installation that took place on the 10-year anniversary of the Fukushima disaster. The project was kind of a hijacking of the live stream of the decommissioning of the plant and used different data sources to generate interruptions or distortions of the live streamed video. One of the great things about studying UAL is that even in what was a really difficult time for research, and especially practice-based research, I was always able to find a place to open up the work for discussion and feedback within the wider UAL community. So as an example, I was really happy to have presented 37 Degrees North at the Remote Sensing Symposium in 2021, where I created an audio piece that accompanied the presentation of the installation. And this event and the process of presenting the work really helped with my understanding of one of the core concepts behind the methodological approach that I was struggling to get to grips with as I was progressing with my early chapter drafts, and also finalizing my application for registration, which all happens in the first year. So more recently, I've developed a series of websites that represent different radionuclides or radioactive isotopes that are byproducts of both nuclear energy generation and nuclear bomb explosions. So one of the sites I have on screen now, each of the sites that I've created have a different half-life or expiry depending on the nuclear material that they represent. The sites function by sequencing the full range of the RGB color spectrum and utilize an audio tone generator that increases in pitch across the full range of human hearing. And that's over varying increments that are dependent on the half-life of the site. So these websites, which started as an experimental thing more than anything else, are now integral to a major project that I'm working on with the BFI at their archive site near Stratford-upon-Avon. So with the help of my supervisors and Techne, who are funding my PhD, I've been able to acquire access to the BFI National Archive site, which, as well as providing a really world-leading film storage facility, is situated within a former Cold War nuclear storage depot, where many of the original bunkers and even some fixtures and fittings are still present. So I'm currently working on two projects at the BFI site. The first is a sound mapping project that gathers field recordings, images like the ones I've just shown, and interviews with both the archivists and the technicians on site. The second project is an engagement with the archive itself, which will see the websites that I've mentioned previously transmediated from a digital nuclear media, which is kind of what I call them now, to 35mm film, VHS tape, and different kind of formats of documentation. This is a picture of the film that I've had made running through a machine that spools the 35mm film reels. So I think as a practice-based PhD student, the really exciting thing is when you can see your practice leading the investigation of the aims of your research and how that feeds into the writing of the thesis. It's something that comes up really regularly in supervisions and throughout the various key moments in terms of the academic timeline. But what I think I found most helpful, I mean, other than regular contact with supervisors and having lots of great assistance from them, was probably kind of the opportunities that UAL offers to actually present your work to the UAL community. So I really sort of recommend diving into the opportunity that you get to present at renewal events, which happen kind of throughout the journey as you go through your PhD. They're amazing places to share ideas, and you get a really good feel for the community of PhD students that are around you at UEL. But also it kind of provides a platform for you to kind of look a little bit outside of your immediate research unit or the area of study that you're in. And also I recommend really going out and discovering other events and symposiums and people that are maybe a part of different colleges or different units, and throw yourself at those as well, and really try and get your research out to as many people as possible as you kind of go through the process. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this short presentation of my work and where I'm at to date.